CDI Electronics has a reputation for making quality ignition parts that work out of the box and last a long time. In fact, our initial business model in the 1980s was redesigning OEM parts that were failing prematurely. We built our reputation on a simple process: find out what OEM parts are failing in the field, and then figure out how to make them better. This is where our slogan, "Better than OEM," comes from. It has fueled the growth of CDI from its simple workshop in the garage origins to the company we are today. So much so that we're now seeing competitors make replacement parts that are designed to look like the CDI version, not the OEM one. Some are even actual counterfeit parts with the CDI logo. This can be confusing for the buyer and ultimately a frustrating and costly one as well, as so often these parts fail to meet CDI's level of quality and are not backed up by CDI's legendary technical service and support. But what exactly is the CDI difference? It starts and ends with CDI having a quality management system, or QMS, which is ISO 9001 certified. ISO 9001 means that CDI's QMS is quality and customer satisfaction focused, with processes that ensure that everything we do and every person doing it is quality driven. It's not just a certification, it's a way of doing things. So let's look a little deeper so you can see why CDI is the obvious choice in engine ignition parts. To give you a feel for some of the processes, let's look at the design and creation of a replacement Mercury stator. As an example, this stator has the windings encapsulated in plastic to protect against moisture. Well, we learned from repairing field failures that the coating was trapping heat, which caused units to fail. We knew we had to protect the windings, but there had to be a better way. For this stator, by omitting the plastic coating and replacing it with a varnish on the lamp wires, we allowed the part to breathe thermally, but still protect the windings. As a result, the breathable part lasts years longer than the original. But this is not just a simple coating of the wires. We start by heating the assembly in an oven, after which the varnish is applied. The effect is immediate. As the part cools, the varnish is drawn in and around every strand, not just on the surface. The coils are wound, soldered, and tested, and then they are brought to the oven. Here they are heated, dipped in varnish, and then placed in a vacuum, ensuring each wire is covered. Additionally, all coated wires are insulated with cross-linked polyethylene, which has exceptional resistance to melting. Assembly of the stator shows the same care. Work instructions are brought out for each part and assembly begins. Testing is done at multiple steps along the way to ensure a trouble-free product. Strain relief and coatings are added to the wiring harness for robustness. At each step of the process, ISO 9001 quality standards empower the worker to make the best part and give continuous feedback on how to make the process and ultimately the part better. Building a quality part is important, but at CDI we take it a step further and dynamically test each part sold, so we know it will work for you. But what about parts sold on national websites that knock off the CDI design? They look the same on the outside, but there's no guarantee they've been rigorously tested. Further, they purposely don't disclose who made the part, so you don't know where it came from or who to call if you have a problem. There's no local technical support backing you up in case you have a question. Ask yourself, was this product designed and built to a standard? Remember, CDI is an ISO 9001 certified manufacturer. That means that every step of the manufacturing process is controlled and documented, assuring a repeatable, quality part. The overseas knockoffs just can't compete with that, and they'll be nowhere to be found if you have a problem. So now you can see why CDI is the obvious choice in engine ignition parts. But what happens when things don't go as planned? This is where our outstanding customer service and technical support come into play. When you call our technical support line, you're talking to seasoned support professionals that know our ignition parts and the engines they fit. They have an accumulated 70 years in the business. We want to make sure to help you identify the issue. That's right, CDI technicians go beyond just answering questions about our parts and help you diagnose the engine. This can save you hours and perhaps even days of diagnostic time, far surpassing any savings from buying a knockoff part. If a CDI part is ever found to be defective, we ensure you're getting the part you need quickly. At the end of the day, it's the people at CDI in the good old USA that make the difference.
Better than the OEM.
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 Better than the OEM.